Hello everyone, Wacky is here. I'm your host, Wacky TV, and today we're going to be talking about a TikToker that goes by the name of Abbew. Now, Eddie is a bodybuilder, and to some degree, he's even a nurse. And from the clips I'm going to be showing you after this, you're going to be really questioning how he's a nurse. Basically, what Eddie does on TikTok is he just basically talks about his diet and different ways of how you should treat your body and stuff like that. Now, it sounds pretty inoffensive in itself, but if you see his videos, then they come across quite jarring, to say the least.
Carolinica, don't make our kids eat this. This is fucking sugary shit. Wake the fuck up, Gary. Who would buy this pack? It looks like a fucking duvet. Fucking bollocks. 8 cheese and onion, 8 salt and vinegar, 8 ready salted, 8 fucking... Guys, they think we're fucking stupid. Buy proper food.
Now, from that, we can see that Eddie is no good fan of the junk food that people like to consume. So he's gone into your local Tesco's and just started to diss my guy Whatsits. Like, how can you be dissing Whatsits, my guy? They're fucking gorgeous. Don't you dare fucking diss Whatsits. Even my dog fucking loves eating them. So you kind of get the gist of what his content is. He would, like, approach a place and then just grab, like, the item and go, guys, this is fucking shit. Look at all this sugary shit. I don't know why he gives much of a fuck, to be honest. Like, let's be real. Like, most people that are eating this shit aren't doing it to, like, get obese or stuff like that, and that sounds kind of retarded, but what I'm trying to say is a lot of people have their own thing called their own mind, and if they choose to eat like that, like a fucking fat fuck, and become fat, then that's their fault. From watching a few of his videos, it comes across like he's actually like personally offended by how some people actually just eat junk food. Now, normally I wouldn't have a problem with a few people like ranting and raving about their takes on certain things that we should be taking in our body. A certain contradiction of Eddie is the fact that he used to take steroids when he was a bodybuilder, a professional one, because all professional bodybuilders use steroids. That's pretty much the stereotype. I'm not even too sure if it's a stereotype at this point. It might just be a well-known fact. You're taking advice from someone that used to inject a fucking needle into their arm and like get fat themselves. Like fat in the sense of like getting built as a house. Only like grabs the packet of crisps and says it's like a duvet. This guy does know that there's normally like the shared bags, right? You're supposed to share them. Or when Eddie, maybe when he was younger, he used to eat them all because maybe he was a little tubby wubby himself.
Fucking BMI. I was getting ready for competition once. I got into the supermarket and they got a machine and I stood on it, checks your BMI and checks your weight, checks your fucking what color your fucking underpants is. So I stood on it, I weighed myself, I was getting ready for competition, I was about 17, 18 stone, and they gave me a little receipt with a fucking voucher for Weight Watchers. And I'm like, are you fucking stupid? I had very little body fat on me, I'd worked so hard at getting lean, but the machine doesn't give a fuck. That's how stupid the BMI is.
BMI, it's literally in the name. It's in the giveaway of the name of what it actually is calculating. It's not calculating the amount of, like, fat you have in your body. It's body mass. Body mass indicator, Eddie. Keyword on the sense of mass. It's weighing you with all the information that you have to give it. For instance, your height, your age, stuff like that. It's not going to take into account that you're a professional bodybuilder that used to inject steroids. You're not going to give the BMI that information, Eddie. Plus, for a lot of people that aren't going to become a bodybuilder, which is like most people on the planet, I like to see BMI as a good like idea of what weight you should be. Another good way to check if you're fat is to take your shirt off and look in the mirror and see if your tits are hanging low. If you're a male, that is. If you're a woman, just like see if your chin is like touching the floor as well. Now, from someone that is actually on the category of being overweight himself, personally, I think Eddie's take on BMI is completely retarded. I mean, obviously, as a bodybuilder, you have so much more weight and muscle in that sense. Of course, it's going to say you're overweight, because when it comes down to the actual mass side of things, you are going to be overweight, you twat.
You know, the cream is short for crematorium. Guys, wake the fuck up. Buy proper eggs. These are not fucking eggs. This is sugary shit.
I don't know if you guys knew that, but cream eggs are not real eggs. They're actually sugar-contented, chocolate-coated cream eggs. They're not actually physically eggs that come out of a chicken's ass. Like, I get, he's probably doing the whole shock value thing for content, but from seeing a few things on podcasts, I do think that to a degree this is genuinely how he thinks with certain things. Like with the whole crematorium, like, example he's proceeded to give. I don't know if you're trying to scare people, Eddie, into, like, stop eating cream eggs and give people a few eating disorders. Like, I don't know if a 6-year-old's gonna be like, Mummy, Mummy, may I have a cream egg? And they load up a fucking Eddie Abbew video, and he's like, guys, you're gonna be fucking dead if you eat this. And he's like, you know what, Mummy, I think I'll take a carrot instead. I don't know if it's ironic or not, because you're comparing a chocolate egg to an actual egg. Like, that in itself just speaks how stupid this can be sometimes, these comparisons. But if this guy is trying to give out genuine advice and like criticism to people out there, then I'm assuming most things he's saying isn't ironic. I don't fucking know, it's hard to tell. I remember seeing one, I can't find it at the moment, but this is a video where he walked into a cinema, went over to the snack aisle, and basically said, guys, look, they've left the water at the bottom of the shelf. Guys, wake the fuck up. They're trying to tell you not to drink the water. They put the sugary content shit right in your face, so you're forced to buy it. Well, it's almost like, Eddie, if people want to buy water, they could actually like grab it and like eat the water. Eat the water. Eat the fucking water. Well done, Jay. They could actually like drink the water. If people want to drink water, they'll probably grab it themselves. Like, most people are around my age don't actually typically like drinking water, which is kind of weird because, you know, for me personally, I'm a water man. On a crazy day, I'll pick up a Diet Coke. Not a regular one. That's fucking AIDS. If you like normal Coke, then what's wrong with you? We've also got a video here from Eddie that says he's kind of set me up for this one, because I can't. You're clever, Eddie. I can't say that. You're gonna get me cancelled, Eddie. I can't say that.
Colin and Barrett don't want me to film in there, so I'm standing outside. Now, this fucking shit here, I'd rather eat a bowl of cat's vomit.
Mate, we need to see a video of Eddie like having the choice between Huel and a bowl of cat's vomit, because I would love to see him crawl onto the right side and eat that cat sick. That would be amazing. To be fair, Huel is like one of those branded drinks that I feel like I've seen in every corner shop ever in the UK. I've never decided to pick one up, because to be fair, if you actually look at the contents of that, it is like the most disgusting shit you've ever seen in your life. It is basically like if someone just shat into a jar and said, you know what, drink this, buddy, it's healthy, it's protein. So to be fair, whatever Eddie says about this drink, I can't be asked to watch this 26-second video, but I'm going to be on his side, because fuck Huel. So we got a video from Eddie on his TikTok here where it said, would you take this drug? Let's have a look at that video, shall we?
Guys, would you take a drug if you knew these were the side effects? Thyroid tumors, inflammation of the pancreas, changes in vision, low blood sugar, kidney problems, gallbladder problems, serious allergic reactions, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Here's a video of Eddie where he's talking about his experience of steroids.
I started bodybuilding in the very early 80s. I was at school. I found some weights, started lifting. I didn't even know anything about steroids until I entered my first gym. And the owner of the gym says to me, dude, what are you taking? I'm like, I'm not on anything. He goes, you liar. Got 20-inch biceps. Never touched anything. Everything else was real food. We didn't have any creatine, no supplements. Anyway, he said to me, dude, if you want to get to the Olympia, because I told you what my goal was, says you need to take a dump on the steroids. I said, fine. So he gave me a course. He said to me, take this for 12 weeks. He said to me, if you can't build a decent physique staying on steroids for 12 weeks on, 12 weeks off.
Eddie, would you take steroids if you knew the side effects were a build-up of fluid causing swelling in your lower leg, high blood pressure, problems with mood swings, memory, behavior, and other psychological effects such as confusion or Mate, it's all making sense now. This is why he like walks into a fucking supermarket like a man with dementia and just grabs a bag of Wotsits and starts screaming. You know, when you put it that way, it does make him sound like more of an Alzheimer's like student or something. Student, he goes to Alzheimer's school. In fact, one of the side effects of using steroids is weight gain in the belly, face, and back of the neck. So indirectly, you're like doing the opposite of what you would want to do, I suppose. I'm not too sure. This doesn't sound pretty healthy, Eddie. And you know, for the most part, people when they're eating food, there's going to be side effects with certain things. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a certain amount of like times you need to eat a banana for it to actually kill you. Right, so if you ever use the app TikTok, you might be aware of a creator called Dr. Karnar. I've probably just butchered that name, you know, it's going to be like the Wakey Wines video where people just call me racist. He reacted to one of Eddie's videos recently, where the guy basically spreads misinformation and tells you not to trust doctors and how they're not qualified to look at your body, despite the fact that's their main job. And this guy, unintentionally or not, rips Eddie a new arsehole. It is beautiful.
Doctor says I've got Crohn's and I've got problems with my gut. I'm supposed to go on this medication. What do you think? I'm like, are you fucking stupid? There is something you're putting in that fucking gut that's causing that. Your doctor is not trained to investigate for you. Eat just meat eggs, fish, salt. Fucking do it and avoid medication and fucking surgery.
As a surgeon who's seen a lot of guts and operated on many patients with Crohn's disease, this is a deeply dangerous and misinformed video. Crohn's disease is a lifelong inflammatory autoimmune condition that has no cure. You can only manage the symptoms. I've seen patients with the healthiest hermit-like diets in the world and they still have inflammatory bowel disease and get flare-ups of this condition. And when someone gets a flare-up, there are some dietary changes which may help to alleviate symptoms during that flare-up.
So with that, we can see Eddie is just spreading dangerous misinformation to his viewers. Don't get when he says don't trust your doctors and something like that they're not qualified to put stuff in you or something like that. Like, Eddie, you literally injected steroids in your fucking vein because some dodgy guy came up to you in the gym and said, try this, it'll get you big. And yet a qualified doctor that has a certificate for what they're doing is where the things get a bit dodgy for you. I think this guy has just been misled his whole life, I'm gonna be honest. Like, these big buff guys on TikTok that like are supposed to be giving good healthy advice to other people always come across as the most angry and just hateful people towards life. They never seem actually happy where they've actually made it in their life. I don't know, it's just... I don't know, there's something really dodgy about this guy. Like, Eddie could probably be diagnosed with cancer and he'd be like, guys, wake the fuck up. I've been diagnosed with cancer. This is impossible. I eat 12 boiled eggs with some feta cheese and some ketchup or whatever the fuck I put on it. I don't really know. Like, I don't know, it's just, it's a bit of a spaz, if I'm going to be honest. In the early days of his account, I actually quite liked his stuff. I thought it was quite funny, and it is quite funny watching a grown man go into a Tesco's, grab a packet of What's-Its and go, this is fucking awful! Like, it's just like describing it to people. It's just like, yeah, you watch that Eddie guy. Yeah, I love watching him go into a supermarket and grabbing fucking crisps and just like saying how awful they are. Mate, I don't even know. I mean, for all you know, Eddie, the guy that you took that needle off from the gym, he could have spat in that. Like, fuck me. Eddie, if you're watching this, no hate. Love you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep screaming at crisp packets. I'm sure that'll tell them off. And yeah, see you later.